I don't know how this is gonna work.
I'm surprised I don't have pork in here.
They do.
No, I don't.
Pork?
Oh, I thought you said fork.
They do.
Pork?
Oh, I thought you said forks.
Oh.
Sorry. I was like,
That's what I thought too. I was like, shaka.
I was like, girl, I got a fork. I just don't want this to fall. Can you come in any closer? Chloe, you guys all scoot in a little closer.
You mean her come this way or?
All of you scoot in this way. Sorry. Because I can get 3 of you, but all 4 of you is really hard.
Is money in it?
Unless I brought it all the way back, but it might.
Are we closing or just eating?
No, I'm trying to get an angle first.
I forgot how much it tastes.
Okay, well then I'll just eat after I,
Come on.
No, because I have to hold the camera. Thank you, though. No, you're good. Has it been recording this whole time? That's fucking annoying. Okay, first question. As a female, especially a black female, have you ever had difficulty accepting yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Do you want to elaborate on that?
you want to go first?
Okay. Well, growing up, I lived in a, can I say Caucasian neighborhood? Yeah. I grew up in a Caucasian neighborhood. And like, it was pretty diverse, but you knew where you were. Like, it was pretty prominent. A lot of the kids there had perms, which like kind of made me, you know, feel left out. So when I did get a perm, I felt like I belonged. But even then, they still messed with me because I was, you know, darker. Even though like they were pretty much the same skin tone as me, I think the like mentality that they have ingrained in us is pretty, I don't know.
You mean like that you grew up in like a neighborhood with like that was like prominently white or was like
It was probably like, and I know this is rolling, but I don't really know the word. I don't have like.
I went to a predominantly like white kindergarten and elementary school, and so I know for me it was really hard, especially in kindergarten, like looking around and realizing like, oh, I'm kind of like the only one here that like looks like me, and like the other students were like cool with it, but I like really easily became like that token black friend for them. Like it was like, oh, I have this like friend and she's black and she's different, but like we're still friends. And I remember this girl named Naomi, one day she came to school and she like did her hair like mine. Like I used to have like the little twists with like puffballs in them, and like I didn't feel like bad, but it was just like something, it's like when you realize, it was like that moment I realized like, oh, I'm different, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like my experience was a little bit different because I went to like a majority like black elementary school, so I don't feel like it was me being surrounded by people who weren't like me. It was kind of like when I was younger, I was a lot more masculine, so I kind of struggled with that because there's a lot of homophobia in the black community. So I don't know, I just felt like the way that I was, people would just like project things on me, and I mean, I don't know, I feel like I just kind of struggled in that way. I've come into my own though, like throughout high school, but when I was in, was it junior high? That's when that like separation and like that realization of it all kind of happened, because I was in like classes with like mostly white people and stuff, because I was in honors classes. And I don't know, just weird. Kind of hard to put in words. I don't have a lot of vocabulary to
But you feel like you know.
Do you want to say anything about it?
Yeah, like I went to the same school Devin did, and like I didn't really fit in with like most of the people there because they were white, and I feel like they saw me as differently, and I didn't really blend as well with them. But I also didn't really blend as well with the black people because they thought that I acted white, so I just like felt kind of left out in general. And so when I came to like Walnut, the school that I'm at now, wait. It was a lot. It was a lot better because, like, I was, you know, surrounded by more black people, and I thought that would make it easier. But like, I still acted white, so they still thought that I was weird because, like, I didn't really listen to like rap music and understand, yeah, and like relate to a lot of the things that they were doing, you know, culture-wise.
Have you ever had difficulty with being accepted in your own community?
Yes, like just like how Chloe was saying, like how the whole, like because you act white, you're not black, like I feel that all the time, especially just because of the way that I talk, the music I listen to, the friends that I hang out with, it's like I'm technically not black because of who I associate myself with and how I talk. And so it's been hard that way, like I don't have a lot of black friends because a lot of them don't view me like I'm actually black.
How does that make you feel?
I mean, it's awful. Like I don't think that's fair. Like I don't think the type of music you listen to and the way that you talk should define like whether or not you're black. But for some reason, sometimes it does.
Yeah, when I changed schools, like when I got into high school, I got like a lot more white friends, and I guess my parents kind of saw like changes in me, and sometimes they would equate that to me being like less black, like the changes that I would make because of the people who like I was around. Like maybe I changed the way I talk, or just like changed the kind of music that I listen to. Just honestly being more open-minded, and there was kind of like a negativity like projected on me around that.
And like, there's like a lot of colorism and homophobia and sexism in general in the black community that it's I'm not gonna say it's like more than in the general public, but like kind of is. And like generally like the standard in the black community for like whether you're like good is like loose curls or straight hair and light skin, which I obviously don't have. I mean, I'm not dark, but I'm not light enough to be considered good, if that makes sense. And then I'm also not straight, so that was kind of the thing. And there's like a lot of respect of it.
Yeah, Shaka! Thank you.
You're welcome.
Come on, girl.
So there's like a lot of respectability politics that come with, you know, being a girl, especially like being a black girl. And I just don't adhere to a lot of those. Like I tried to change the way I like talk and act and like the people that I associate and try not to like do certain things or wear certain things, but like I want to be who I am, and people just don't respect me because of that, and I just kind of have to accept that, especially within my own community, which sucks.
You want to say anything about it? No? Okay. What is the hardest thing about being a black woman in America, especially during these modern times?
So many things.
I would say one of the hardest things is being rejected by your own community, because I know we often talk about like how in our culture, like even in our music and everything, black women are like often put down. We make it seem lesser, and they glorify women from other races
For doing the exact same thing.
for doing the exact same things that we
They're
do.
evolving.
Yeah.
But like, okay, I would say in media it's really a big thing, especially like in entertainment, like with rappers and things.
Yeah.
Like you would expect, like rappers like Young Thug or Ty Dolla $ign, like they would have black people in their music videos, or like even Tory Lanez. Like I was shook when I watched the Tory Lanez video, and he had all white girls with no booties, and he was trying to zoom in on what was not there. I was like, but you obviously planned this out to have butts in the music video. You knew you could have had a mixture of people in here. Like they deliberately make it a point to like leave black women out. Even in the song, like they'll talk about black women, but it won't be in the music video. Like you did that on purpose. Like you knew what you were doing. Like what else? People, I know a whole bunch of people already get on her, but like Kylie Jenner gets on my nerves just for the fact that like she gets so much hype
for like, doing stuff that black people have been doing for ages.
Like,
and that we've been looked down upon for like doing.
Yes.
Like we go
like the whole Kim K cornrow.
Yeah. Ooh. The same people that were talking about why are our black queens out here twerking will repost a video of Kylie Jenner shaking what is not real. And I don't understand why they want to give her so much credit. Also, it's like kind of scary because like there's like ever since we were like younger, you see movies like where the guy is like willing to like protect the girl and like he punches another guy, he assaults his girl because don't defend her honor. And knowing that like a lot of people, because you're black and female, don't really consider you worth protecting, and that like if you get like when black women get killed by the police, those marches are basically empty. Like no one goes to them. But if it's like a black guy, everyone's there, and we're expected to go, but they don't show up for us. Like, it just doesn't seem like people really care about protecting and defending and loving black women the way that they say that they do. And if they do care and love us, it's under very strict conditions. So.
And like, I know one thing that I've like faced personally, especially like in my workplace, is that like if something isn't right and I talk about how it's not right, I'm all of a sudden this aggressive black person with an attitude, and I'm not someone who's just literally speaking the truth. Like, I remember one time my coworker said the N-word, and I wasn't comfortable with that. And I told him, like, I'm not comfortable with that. And he told me that I had an attitude, and the whole entire night was rude to me because I had an attitude about a word that he shouldn't have been saying in the first place.
Was he white or black?
He was white.
Okay.
He was white and gay.
Oh, and then another thing, I hate the fact that, like, gay people think they have, like, any other, like, race besides black people think they have the right to say, like, black terms, like AAV. They're like, it just gets on my nerves because like they act like black women. That's who they are embodying when they act the way they do. But then they get mad at us when we like correct them on what they're doing. Like, oh girl, I'm just showing you love. Da 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 da. Like, no, you're not. Like, we really actually like really being disrespectful.
They only use AAVE when they're trying to be sassy or edgy, and that's not what we are.
Exactly.
That's just who we are and how we talk. Exactly. Like, we're not always sassy and edgy. Like, every time you used to see this a lot. Like, I don't see it as much now, but like whenever you would look up an edgy hairstyle, cornrows were in cornrows.
Yes.
And it was always a white girl, and she had like teased hair and cornrows, and I'm like, that looks like my hair when I'm not finished doing it. What are you doing? And like, they'll use like AAVE when they're trying to like sound like, listen here, girl, and then they'll turn around and go to an interview, and they're like, oh, well, you like my new song, but then in their song they're like, let me tell you something about me. At Iggy, at Megan Trainor. Oh, I'm sorry, you might not know who that is.
I know who it is.
On a more positive note, what is the most beautiful thing about being a woman and about being a black woman?
Ooh. There can be a lot of community. Like, if you're not, if you're around girls that like know what's up, because like sometimes, there are girls that are catty, but like the media makes it seem like we're all out to get each other and we're looking for reasons to hate each other for no reason, but that's just not true. Like, if you go into the bathroom and you're like, I need, a lady product, they're gonna give it to you, no matter if it's your worst enemy, because that's just like what you do. And we've even established like girl code, like there's just a lot of community and camaraderie between us.
And another thing about being a black woman and like in general, another thing about like the community, like we always stick together. Usually there's always like that person that's gonna like stick out and like just disregard the fact that they're black, and they always wanna like, oh well, sister girl, da da da. Like they always like make it a point to make fun of us, but oh yes, the coon, yes. But you know, like black people, we all like okay, you know that tag that was going around on Twitter, like growing up black. We all came up the same way, no matter where we no matter where we were. We always came the same. Yeah, like we really had that. So.
And another thing is like for social media is when they do those Black Girl Magic tags, it's so like empowering and beautiful to see like so many other people, so many different shades, like building other black people up and going, you're beautiful, like no matter what. That's really good. Like I like seeing that.
You're a free black girl.
Right.
Free black girl.
You can't say anything about another black girl on the internet without like the entire community.
Exactly. I love that.
And now ending on a negative note again. I'm sorry. Just the last question. Donald Trump is the new president-elect.
Not yet.
Can you describe what you felt when you heard about the outcome of the election?
I was scared. Not the fact that like Donald Trump is just Donald Trump, but like the fact that people actually voted for him, and I know what type of people voted for him. Like they came out the woodworks to support Donald Trump. They know what they stand for. Donald Trump even knew, like he usually isn't that racist, if you want to say that, but like he brought out his Hitler for this election. Okay, like after rallies, they would like gang up on the black people that were there and just like think about, yeah, you know what we do. Like they were so violent, and the fact that this is like our representative for the whole nation scares me. Like I'm scared as a black woman and as a black person in general.
And like one thing that really scared me wasn't the fact that he just even got elected. It's just that so many people agree with his views. There's so many people in America that actually think the way that he does, and like actually like supports him and thinks that like, oh wow, he would make this great leader. And then just like we aren't just women, we're also black women. So it's like everything that every threat that he has against like people of color is like multiplied because we also have like him like being against women, and then we also have him being against people of color, and then we also have him just like not giving rights to people like us. Like it's like we got hit twice.
Yeah, honestly, like when I found out, I was going through some family stuff, so it didn't really sink in. I think I just kind of had to stop caring and like realize that the president doesn't have as much power as people perceive him to. The thing that really like shocked me though is the president gets to appoint people who affect their lives, and the people who he was appointing were like known for being like for making racist moves in the past. So I think that's what really scared me. But I mean, we have to live our lives, and I mean all we have is each other. So I mean I think unity is our best option at this point.
I was scared because like I have a lot of immigrants in my family. Like I was crying the whole day. I was just really, really scared because I didn't like. I mean, like we're Hispanic. We know that they're watching us, especially like whenever they're talking about immigration, they're talking about Hispanic people. And like I didn't ask if like that side of my family was documented. I didn't think it was likely because like it costs a lot of money to get documented. You have to like take tests and all this stuff, and like my parents, like my mom, she speaks English, grandma not so much, the rest of the side family not so much. So I just didn't really think about it, and I didn't want to ask because I didn't really want to, have that information. But I had to ask once he became president and elect. Once he was on his way into being in the office, and it was a really scary conversation to have, and it was just all around really scary. And like people got so comfortable after he got elected. Like there was this girl in my like 7th bell who, when we had to watch a debate between Trump and Hillary in class, she was like, oh my god, he sounds awful, he sounds terrible. The day after he gets elected, yeah, I voted for him.
Exactly. Yeah.
And like she has no lips, no wonder. But also, like, there was this guy who was walking around happy as hell with his little Trump shirt, and it just made me so angry, and oh my god, I wanted to push him down the stairs. But you can't do that. So
Yeah, I think he's just given people
The okay.
I've seen him around, and I've seen that kid around with the shirt, and
I want to
honestly,
so bad.
I can't tell if he's joking,
He's not.
which it's not a funny joke because,
He's not.
or if he's serious.
He's the same person that said that he was going to hang someone if they kept talking badly
Oh,
about
he
Trump.
has to do like a jump.
He didn't get jumped.
He will today.
Let's fix that.
No,
But yeah, I don't know, just like the people. Oh, sorry.
Okay, I just want to touch on something real quick. The fact that Donald Trump doesn't agree with abortion. Hello. The fact that he wants to make it illegal. That says something. Because, like, if you notice, all the third world countries that make abortion illegal, if you look at the women there, they're stuck with all the kids. And, like, if you think about America, one of the most productive nations, to have that situation, like, imagine all of us getting pregnant and not being able to, like, do whatever, like, have a decision in our life to, like, raise a whole other person. Like, we have to become stagnant to take care of a whole other person that we might have not wanted, you know? Like,
But also, like, just I lost my train of thought. I lost it. Oh no, hold on. You said
stagnant?
for the.
What?
Oh no, I had it. Oh no, hold on. It's gonna come back as soon as someone else starts talking. I already know. Okay, so you.
Want me to keep going?
Oh, you want me to?
No, hold on. You said. Oh, and it's dangerous. There we go. It's dangerous. Like, there are so many people who are gonna, like, do it the unhealthy way, and then they're gonna cause risks to themselves. They're gonna get infections. They'll probably become, like, infertile. Like, there's so many different risks that happen if you don't regulate it. Like, if anything, if it's legal, it can be regulated. And it's like, if you wanna put, like, a limit on it, like, go ahead, as long as there's still a choice. Like, the heart people that got passed here, that's not a choice. That's oh, we're gonna make it seem like you have a choice, but really you don't have one. Like, most women don't even know that they're pregnant until, like, the 2-month period, and by that time there's a heartbeat, and guess what? You can't get an abortion anymore. That's just, it's not right. And I think that if you're gonna infringe on rights that aren't yours, you should at least, like, make sure that there are women who have a say in what happens, not a room full of men just, like, deciding something that doesn't affect them at all and never will.
Right, like, children aren't punishments for sex. They're human beings that actually have to, like, deal with the consequences. Like, regardless of whose fault it is that human being is now about to get born, well, that there's now, you know, a baby in the picture, it doesn't matter whose fault it is. A child's actually going to have to live with a mother that doesn't want it.
Or who can't take care of it.
Or is going to be put in the foster care system because you guys were so concerned.
And God forbid anything happened to that baby before it reaches foster care, because then the chances of it getting adopted are, like, less and less. Like, people don't want kids who have been through emotional trauma. It's, like, a proven statistic.
Exactly. And, like, Plan B's legal, condoms are legal, that sperm cell had a chance to be a child.
Okay,
I just-
you wanted to say something?
Oh, we were talking about Trump. I was just gonna say, it just kind of, I think it just kind of woke us all up. Let us know what kind of people are in our country, what kind of people we're all sitting around, and it kind of lets us know where America is. Like, are we even ready for change? Like, it doesn't seem like we are. I don't know. We have a long way to go.
It feels like we're taking steps backwards instead of forwards.
Yeah.
And he's been pro-life up until now. Like, I don't know why he decided, like, yeah, that move got you the presidency, but now a whole bunch of women are being screwed because of it. And it's so obvious that he's not prepared to be president and didn't actually think he would win. And now...
And then, like, one thing I don't understand, like, a lot of people who are, like, Democrats, they think that it might be a good thing that Trump got elected because I guess in the 90s he said that if he were to ever run, he would run as Republican because they're not the smartest group of voters. But still, like I said, with the people who he's been appointing and things, it doesn't seem like he has, like, his intentions have really changed from what he was saying during his campaign. Like, I'm not convinced.
Well, we'll see what happens in inauguration. Hopefully he does change, because he dead lied about hella stuff that he said that he's, like he said that he's been, like, pro-gay marriage or pro-life in the past. I mean, pro-choice in the past. So, like, I could see him switching up.
On a happier note, to end this thing, I would just like to say that I'm really glad that I met my friends here today. Y'all are my fave, and you've helped me embrace myself. So, yeah.
True. I love you.
I love you.
I love my food too.
The food you ate